G'day, how's it going? I'm Daniel Jones. I'm the inventor of a concept called the Techno-Socialist Project. I have a website online for it, as well as a few linked websites to that about various other things. The Techno-Socialist Project is pretty much like a techno-utopia, but I really want to get it into the mainstream and more down to earth. So I've created these websites, and I want to explain to you today what this is about. And the Techno-Socialist Project, here's the logo for it. Here's the other logo, the Tsoc logo. It is about a techno-utopia-like system, and what you are doing is designing techno-socialist utilities, I call them, techno-socialist utilities that do not require work input by people or animals, etc. And also it does not require any form of gasoline use or fossil fuel stuff. It is designed to have no outgoings, each one of these utilities, so that they can run and produce goods and without any cost to people or to obviously to the planet from use of fossil fuels. They're all using wind power generation and solar generation. So the idea is to create a sort of a system where we can amplify these utilities one by one. An example would be an orange grove. That was the first one, the first example I thought of. And an example of that would be to have an orange grove, and then under the trees are automatic treadmill systems that are running around, and tree shakers. So the oranges will go to the end of the row, be processed and skinned in a potato peeler type sort of skinner, that sort of thing. They head on, they get juiced and bottled, and they get, some oranges just go into bags, and the waste skins and stuff get turned into fertilizer, along with even human sewerage input from the sewage lines. You can use that for fertilizer as well, and then you might ship in some stuff that you've got from somewhere, or just some dead wood that's on the same site. But okay, that's the first utility. So the orange groves. Then that becomes free at the supermarket, the orange juice and oranges, as the system is designed to do. So after that, we basically get free goods, and we can use the profit off that. If we do use that for sales, that first one, I want to use the profit from the first one to make more of them, and then the ones left behind after we don't need those for profit anymore, we can use them for just gaining free products at the supermarket or anywhere, say the hardware store perhaps, and that's the whole point. It's meant to keep on developing until we've got a society where we've got free goods everywhere. Free orange juice, free nuts and bolts, and free metal, and free wood, free concrete, free what else you want. Then it can get even further to what we'd really like everybody is free cars, free flying vehicles, jets, and whatever you like. Everyone's got a private jet, perhaps, even a guy from Somalia. Everyone. They used to be starving. Everyone's got everything they need, and if you want to work, we can just shut the factories off, and you can go back to working if you like. If we need to use cash again, we can do that. So there with the factories, there will be hand designed side things, so we can go back to work if we're required to. For example, for economic badness, dangers to the economic crashes, etc. We have to deal with that sort of stuff. So okay, so I've got that's a logo, Tsoc. I've got the websites online and stuff. It's got many more posters than this, but I call it the techno-socialist system is a freedom machine, where we can all have as much free stuff as we like, and it's obviously a big machine of machine factories. It's going to have no effect on the climate, unlike the systems we have now. So there's a poster called "Make the Climate Change," and we figure out what that means and get rid of climate change throughout the world by not using fossil fuels and have fun making these utilities, etc. And it will be indeed it will definitely respect next generations. The stuff the Green Party and stuff's talking about. We definitely need to do something about climate change. So for our grandchildren, etc. And this might be the way to do it really efficiently. And I can guarantee you it's a hell of a lot more efficient than a lot of things. So respect next generations of your children and their children, and don't let them be dealing with world climate issues from El Nino, etc. Certainly for saving the world, there's pollution, there's starvation, there's war, and there's a lot of inequality at the moment, which I'd like to make a little bit more fairer, and I'd like to make us all free, basically. Here's a bit of a joke one. Somalians running around with Ferraris afterwards. And yeah, that's pretty much what it's about. Well, my website address is www.thetechnosocialistproject.com, and this give a little page. I hope you give something to it. I'm looking to go towards building a political party called Tsoc Ponds, which is one of the linked websites I was talking about earlier. And I think that we can make this world a hell of a lot better than it is now. And it's not going to be unrealistic or anything, it's going to be real world stuff. And if you're willing to come with me on that, you can give something here, and then I can move towards political advertising, etc. And possibly Labour might coalition with me on it. It would be maybe a little bit workman, but it is fair to the rich as well. We don't want too much prejudice alongside this toward the rich being, too much from the workers as such. So just hold your horses on that sort of thing. But hopefully you give something to this, and it's going to really help the world out, and help me develop my party as well. And I'll be ready in a term or two, or hopefully a term, if someone helped me out up there, perhaps Labour with a bit of help. But I hope so. At least it's a statement. I can advertise more about it, and more people can know about it if it all falls over. But please do give something, and we'd like to. I'll speak to you again on another video sometime soon. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.